Hey, 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 hey. How you doing, good people? How are you doing? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We're going to be talking about who got your back, the power of collaboration. The power of collaboration, because that's very important. That's very, very important. While it's natural for us to kind of observe and admire the success of other people, and we're looking at their achievements, it's like we're looking at that from the outside, right? And that might not be able to help you. You might need to be looking at it just a little bit differently. You might need to be asking some questions. You could be focusing on the wrong thing, like you're focusing on their success and you're not seeing the team that they have behind them. They've got a whole team that is helping them to make all of their work and all of their dreams and success come true. And meanwhile, you're just trying to do it all. You're trying to do it all yourself. Like, that's just not how it's done. Success is not, a one-man thing. It's going to take a team. And we're going to talk about that today. That's what we're going to talk about. Comparing ourselves to others in terms of success. And we're going to look at some of the things that they're doing. And then we're going to think about that team that they got behind them. That's what we got to do. But before we get too deep into the conversation, you know what we always have to do? And I like when we do this, we're taking this breath work and we're taking this journey to wellness. Let's take it serious, guys. We are in September, right? We've only got a few more months left in the year. So as we go into this new year, everybody likes to make New Year's resolutions in January. No, right now, decide what you're going to do. Start taking that journey. Some of us have been doing this all year. Continue to do that. But that starts with you. You've got to make sure that you're well. So let's do what we need to do. We're going to take this breath work right now. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. I don't want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your headpods on, and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't that feel great? It feels real good. Get on in here because you're relaxed, you're focused. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation that is going to help us, but equally help others, because when we get in here and we begin to chat and we begin to share ideas, there's something that that someone else might need to hear. Something that that somebody else needs to be reminded of. And some of these things are simple. But if you're not thinking about them, if you're on that go, 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 and your mind is somewhere else because you don't have the proper team behind you, so you're really doing everything yourself, there's some things you need to think about. There's some things that you need to be reminded of. But I do want to say first we got to stop comparing ourselves to others, especially when it comes to success, because that's going to lead you into feeling inadequate. That's going to lead you to a road of self-doubt. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to hinder any progress that you're trying to make. And secondly, the external appearance of success may not always reflect the true reality of what a person's struggles, failures, and sacrifices are. That's why it's important for us to focus on our own journey, learn from the successes and failures along the way, rather than solely fixating on the achievement of others, because you don't know how they got there. They might not be doing it on their own. And who's got your back? Who's got your back? Who's behind you? You got to know that power of collaboration, right? Guys, it is Tuesday. I want you to take the time right now to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button. We get ready to get into the conversation. Yes, we are. Make sure that you share this with someone. Our topic is who got your back? Collaboration. And I'm getting ready to bring Tori on in here. Gonna bring her on in here. Tori, I'm coming. How you doing, lady?
What it do? What's up, man? Can you hear me okay? Because
I hear
yesterday
you.
I might just want to act crazy.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Good.
Those things happen in life. They absolutely do. You saw me fumbling here in the open. I was trying to bring you up, and I don't even know what I was doing. I just,
That's how live works.
that's how live works. Let the people know, Tori. Let the people know.
Listen, when you live, see, like everything that could go wrong goes wrong when you went live. Like yesterday, my mic sounded like trash when I was live. And after the podcast, I did some test runs after the actual podcast. And tell me why the mic was working perfectly.
Because that's how it does. Because that's how it do.
I
See,
was like, what?
people don't know these things happen, but you just gotta keep going. You gotta keep the
Yeah.
show going. And that's kind of what I was saying not too long ago. I was like, people are looking at you from the outside, but
Mhm.
they don't know like what some of those struggles and some of those failures are. But you just push through those things.
Right. You got to keep going. Because that's one of the things I learned when I started out in radio. I used to worry about trying to sound perfect, trying to enunciate all my words, dot all my I's, cross all my T's. And when I would mess up, I was like, oh my God. And it's like, Tori, when you mess up a word, just keep going. So I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Just keep going. So when you mess up, you stumble, just when you fall, get back up. That's all you
Come
gotta
on.
do.
That's how you learn. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hey, everybody, before I go too far, everybody here who I want you to get in the comments. We got to do a little bit of birthday love right now. Let's give Tori some birthday love. If y'all don't mind. It was your birthday. How was your birthday over the weekend?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I started celebrating. Well, y'all know I started celebrating September 1st. And I'm one of those people I celebrate all month long. So, hey, you still got time to celebrate me. Technically, once September 1st hits, I usually celebrate the rest of the year. So, you got plenty of time.
I'm not mad at you, but happy birthday, lady. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to have you here as one of the
Mhm.
person who is a part of my team. Talking about how important that is. But you know what? We got a video that I kind of want people to I want people to give a listen to. I see Malik here. He says, "Happy birthday, young queen."
Salute Malik. Thank you. And Tanya, you got to check out yesterday's podcast. Since my mic was jacked up, Malik had to do most of the talking. So make sure you go back and check that replay out. And thank you, Kimberly. She said, happy
Yeah.
birthday to you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we got Kimberly over there on the west side. They say west side is the best side. I don't know about that, but she over in LA. What's up on the west coast side? So she listening to us in the morning. It's not even lunchtime for her yet.
What? That's what's up.
We got Genesis in here. She said, "Happy birthday, Tori."
Thank you, Genesis. I want to say
Over
I
there
want to
at
say something else. Thank you, Genesis, for the birthday love.
Oh yeah, she's over there at Culture or Florence, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you got all of this birthday love going on, and you deserve it. You
I
deserve it.
appreciate it.
Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and let people hear this video that we want to share with them. So let me bring it on in here.
Okay.
Is one person in your life who says, "You got this, I believe in you," and you will find courage and energy to do things that you would not have had before. But more importantly, that person needs to also say, "And if everything goes wrong, I will be there for you, and I will be there with you, and I will be in the mud with you," and has the ability to say, "Something's wrong, I'm worried about you." And I think burnout happens when you're attempting to do all of the things you see other people do and not realize that they have deep, meaningful relationships that you can't see. And you think, falsely, that you have to do it alone. And that's when burnout happens, because you don't, as an individual, have the energy. But in community and in relationship and in friendship, it's remarkable, including knowing when to just take a little break to recharge.
Hey, that was a whole word.
Right.
You
Oh my
understand me?
goodness. I'm just letting that meditate. I'm talking meditate, marinate. That was good.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you gotta have that team, behind you. It's like we're looking at these people and we're trying to figure out like, okay, well, how are they doing this? How are they consistently showing up? What are they doing that I'm not doing? You could
Right.
be thinking like, okay, well, we kind of started out on the same track, kind of the same background almost. We from the same city, the same town, whatever. You could be from the same neighborhood, but why they here and I'm here? Well, why are they there and I'm here? You're not
Right.
behind the scenes, you know?
And it's all about the mind. And Malik says, "Amen." And it's all about the mindset as well, because sometimes the mindset is different. If your mindset is strong, like I hear the stories all the time about the hours that Kobe Bryant put in with practice, the hours that Michael Jordan put into practice. When you really want something, you're going to be consistent and you're going to be pursue your goals, and you're going to surround yourself with people that are going to push you as well. But when you don't have those people to push you, you got to make sure you keep pushing yourself, and remember not to give up. Never give up on your dreams. Sometimes we get so complacent in our comfort zone that we think, because I know I've done this before. Like, I'm getting up in age. I'm a little too old for this. But you got to keep dreaming. You got to keep learning on a daily basis and keep evolving. Because isn't it was it Colonel Sanders that started late in life with the chicken?
Girl, there are so many people that started late in life. I'm not too sure on his story, but I know that there are many people that we could think of who's done that. Even Morgan Freeman, he started in his 50s, so he's always
Yeah.
been older. You know what I mean?
Yes. Thank you, Jamesa. She's telling me happy birthday as well. Thank you so much, Jamesa. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But support systems, we know this. But like I said, some
Mhm.
of these things we need to hear again. Sometimes we need to be reminded because we're out here and we're hustling and we're like just what was said in the video. Sometimes we get a little burned out because we're
Mhm.
doing too much. And that's why support systems are important because they can help you achieve your goals. So whether you're working toward a big project, whether I mean, anything, even if you're training for a marathon, anything that you're trying to do, trying to make a major life change, having people who believe in you and encourage you can be a huge motivator, you know? They can help
Right.
you to stay accountable, and you wanna have those accountability partners. They offer you advice, they give you feedback, they help you celebrate your success right along the way. That's
You're
very,
right.
very important.
And you gotta tell people the encouraging words, because I've had people that would say, Tori, I see you. I see what you're doing. But by them not telling me or not encouraging me, I don't know. And sometimes when people don't tell you these things or acknowledge you or allow you to feel appreciated, let you know that you're appreciated, you feel like you're underappreciated because I try to show up for everybody. And I try to show up for everybody to the point where I wasn't showing up for myself. So
Ooh,
sometimes I need to get those encouraging words. Like every once in a while I hear people say, "Well, I see you," but I don't hear it often. And
well,
I used to beat myself up if I miss events. Like if I'm invited to an event and I try to I try to be there for like ribbon cutting ceremonies. I try to support everybody.
mhm.
But sometimes I feel like, oh, do I look am I supported like that? That's how I
But check
feel
this
sometimes.
out.
So
Check it
please
out.
let people know.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It's also important to remember that it's okay to ask for help and ask
Yeah.
people because sometimes, it's hard to admit when we need support. But reaching out
Mhm.
to other people, to be honest, that's a sign of strength, not weakness. So do not be afraid to ask for what you need, whether that's a listening ear, a helping hand, or just some words of encouragement. Just like you said, you're out here helping people. And sometimes you're wondering like where that is. Well, guess what? You're making yourself so available, you're showing up and you're showing up with good energy. So you're not presenting yourself as someone who actually needs help. So they don't know. So at that
Mm.
point, it becomes important for you to ask for that help because that is a strength. And the chances are the people in your support system, they're going to be honored to be there for you. They really would be. But they don't know that if you don't ask for it.
That's true. That's true. Malik says, I have when they see you, but never engage. It can be challenging.
Right. That's a little typo. I know he meant to say I hate.
Oh, I hate when they see you. Okay. I hate when they see you but never engage. It can be challenging. Okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Okay. That's
You know,
very true. Very
yeah.
challenging. Yes, very
We,
challenging.
we need people to engage, especially um in this circle of what we're doing within these times, especially for us as Black content creators. I feel like it's important for us to build a support system around us because we really need each other. When we look at some of these larger content creators behind the scenes at the points where they are now, very obviously they have teams. But in the beginning, if you just kind of go back and watch through some of these people's video and watch their transition, if it's still available. Some people do that and some people just kind of bring you up to date. But they were working together. They worked on projects together. There was just certain things that they did. And that's very, very important because you got to have that support system for the same reason that we're talking about, to stay motivated, to help build, to have those accountability partners, to be consistent. Kind of like how we do that. Like both of us individually have our podcasts, right?
Mhm.
You got
Mhm.
Keeping the Faith with Tori, which you guys make sure you go over there and follow. Keep the Faith with Tori. Very, very good podcast. But we collaborate and do this thing here on Tuesdays.
Mhm.
And I actually look forward to it. I love it. And a lot of the times when I'm out and about in town, do you know how many people like, hey, I listen to you and Tori. It's wonderful to me.
I love it.
It really is.
Yeah, I love it. Erica Kane says this is good.
Mhm.
I was about to laugh at her picture. The picture.
What she got up there?
Oh, that
Let me go
picture of
back.
that comedian. I forgot
Oh,
to do
Lord.
it, but he crazy.
Girl, let me put my glasses on because I thought that was her for a minute. Now I realize it's not.
That's the comedian.
Oh Lord. Erica, how you doing, girl?
And Kimberly says, well, some people started very early, oftentimes as kids or teens, but that's what success looks like for some, a lot of hard work on a long road for a long time. And by the time we get to experience their success or their talent, it looks effortlessly like magic, but they have done the work. Absolutely.
She's right.
That is
She's
so
right.
true. That's so
Yeah.
true. That is so true.
I want to ask a question while we're going to go through these comments and we're going to keep the conversation going. But I've got a question I want to ask so that you guys can start thinking about that and typing this into the chat. Like, what do your support systems look like? Or what can that look like? Like who are those people and those things around you that are your support systems? Or what do you want that to look like? Let's keep the comments going, Tori.
Cynthia says, hey ladies, what's up, Cynthia? How you doing, girl? Erica says, what does that support look like other than likes and shares? That's good. That's real good.
Listen, believe it or not, other than likes and shares, engagement, comments. And those likes and shares are very, very important. You know, share their post on your pages. Make sure that you're commenting. Make sure that if when you share and people are engaging on the share, you know, talk back to your people. I know particularly for Facebook, there's a lot of ways to support people. There's stars, like you can make comments with stars. You know, so when you make comments with stars, you're automatically helping that content creator because that is helping them have a revenue stream. So that's very important. And those likes and comments are a revenue stream, whether you know it or not. There are content creators who are on Facebook, and when you share and when you like and when you're engaged, that is actually monetization. And the reason why I think that's so important and the reason why I think content creators should work together is because while I can be monetized on a particular platform, and maybe some of my fellow content creators who are within my friend group or my team, people who are supporting me, the way that I want to help them is because I make sure that I engage on their pages too, so that they can become monetized. Because if they're not, you know, a content creator who has been getting a lot of engagement, then there's not necessarily incentive for the platform to monetize or offer monetization to that particular creator. Because on Facebook, and you actually have to be invited to be monetized. And everybody doesn't get that invite, but you will be able to gain that invite if you have the engagement. You don't have to have, you know, it's not necessarily like you got to have 1 million followers. I've been monetized on Facebook for quite some time. Now, I'm not making millions of dollars off of Facebook. I'm a small content creator, so let's be clear about that. But it pays some bills. It makes a difference. And I'm just the type of person who likes to have engaging conversations anyway. I'm going to engage with people who are coming across my page. And also, I'll say this, because this is very interesting. While I am monetized and also a small content creator, a lot of the times my stuff is not going out to a lot of people. There's so much stuff going on these social platforms. You get so many restrictions and things of that nature until you can be monetized, and the platform is still not pushing your stuff out. So that's why it's important to have people like you, all of you who are in here now, to get in here and be engaged and share and comment and like and go to the. And let me say this, Tori, because I've been talking a bit. I'll let you say something. But also, even though you are on one particular platform, and we're on, a lot of you guys are on Facebook, sometimes we have people who chime in from YouTube. But you know what? YouTube is that platform that a lot of content creators really want to become monetized on. And what I've noticed, and you tell me if you notice this too, like my people on Facebook, they do not go to YouTube. My YouTube numbers and Facebook numbers are very different. What about you?
They are. Listen, on Facebook, you have like I can have like 1,000 views on Facebook. Go to YouTube, you have about 5, 6. It's totally different. I don't know why people just limit to Facebook. I myself personally, I love YouTube, but people love Facebook. But
Yeah,
yeah, the numbers are different.
they're really, really different. I just said, hey, my Facebook fam is my Facebook fam. I got to go where they love me and where they engage with me. So I'm always going to be here. And I just allow YouTube to be that slow build. I see we got Malik here in the comments with us.
Malik says it would be nice to form a network of us who all support each other. We kind of have it on the low, and we do. We sure do. We have
Yeah,
it on the low. We have it
we
on the
do.
low.
We do that.
And then Erica says, that's his name, not Carlton Banks, that the comedian, that picture.
Okay. I got you.
And then Malik says, I would love Malik. Do I have my? I would love a. Listen, I got to use my vowels. I don't have my glasses. Is
A
that
clandestine team of
clandestine?
people who
Want to
want to
push our
push our
visions.
visions?
A virtual street team of sorts. When one of us pull up, we all pull up and share. I love that.
Yeah. And essentially that's what I feel like is important to do. For me personally, when I go on Facebook, one of the things that I do is I make a conscious effort to go to my content creators' pages and I make sure that I like and comment on something.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. I know that's
Right.
important to them. And you guys, like when you have people who are investing in content equipment, microphones, lights, and cameras, these things do cost money and they're bringing you content. Like, while you may be someone who is using the social media platform for really what it is, to get some of this media, get some of this entertainment, maybe a little bit of inspiration. Well, the content creators are a lot of the people who are bringing it to you. And to be honest, everybody on the platform really are content creators, because if you just make a post, anything that you say is an opportunity for people to engage. It just so happens that people who actually take on the title and take on the work of being a content creator may put just a little bit more into it. And by doing that, with you engaging with them, liking their stuff, and you can like and just go down. If you see something that you like it. Then go on their page. Go down their page and like a few things. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Now, I see a lot of people who put up their Cash App and they ask you to Cash App them. There are a lot of people who put a lot of their content behind a paywall where you have to pay for certain content. None of those things I've done. I just kind of take the monetization of my natural engagement of what people do. And I can't say that I won't do some more things in the future because I think it's very smart. I just happen to not do that. I just take the slow, natural build of how people have been engaging with me.
Right. And Erica Kane says podcasts aren't my bag. Words are. Is there a space for those who are good with writing and no so much speaking? Yes, there is. That's what
Blog.
blogs are for. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Because I love reading blogs as well. I like it
Oh,
all. I love listening to podcasts and I love blogs. Jamaica says that's news. I had no idea that likes and shares help. I love being here with y'all and engage in great convo. Absolutely, because I noticed that how the and I learned that somebody was telling me, like, because I used to notice like why somebody would I would see them like say they like they'll like a comment or they like a post, like say they like it at 8 a.m. They may unlike it and then like it again around 12 or 1. And what that does, it has an effect on the algorithm. And I did not know that, because once you like a post again, it'll bring it back in the feed. And that's how the algorithm works with the likes and the shares and with the comments. It pulls it back to the forefront. Now, what is, like we talked about this weird before, I don't like when people go through old stuff, commenting on something from 2017.
well, listen.
And then pull it up into the feed.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Go down my page and like whatever you like. Like some from last week if you want to, because every one of them likes, every one of
Yeah.
those comments, every one of those shares make a difference. Also, if you really pay attention to my posts, you'll see that you can make comments with stars. And if you want to do that, that's a way of giving me some money towards the work that I do on here as well. So you can do that. Yes. I with Jamesa here, she said that's news, that she had no idea that likes and shares help. They
Yeah, it
do, and
does.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know that, but I think you guys can kind of figure it out. That's why when you go when you're watching these videos, a lot of people are like, hit the like, hit the share. That's why they're telling you that monetizes.
Mm. And Cynthia says, I prefer YouTube when it comes to content. And see,
Oh yeah,
that's where I stay on YouTube as well. And see, the thing with Facebook is, which is weird to me, like there are some I'm confused as how the algorithm works because there's a lot of posts that I miss, and like I won't see a person's post until someone comments on it. And when
mhm,
somebody comments on a post, that alert me to the original post. And then sometimes I don't see some people post until days later. And then
right.
sometimes if I see a person's post, and like you said, I'll go on people pages and I don't necessarily read everything, but I'll just go on their page and just start liking a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do
like I
that.
said, that's a very interesting part about Facebook. You know, it's like a love-hate relationship with content creators because like I told you, while I am monetized, believe it or not, they don't push my stuff through the algorithm, you know. So, I'm
Wow.
I'm not one of those recommended uh persons. And what really happened, why I'm not recommended, which is a whole nother story, but remember when I got hacked? So, I got
Yeah.
hacked. Now, I got hacked, but the strike went against me. So that strike goes against me, and then once you get a certain amount of strikes, then you're not recommended until you build back up whatever they decide. So it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's real crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody hack your account, but you got to suffer the
Yeah,
consequence.
I'm
That's
suffering the
crazy.
consequences for that.
Malik says because Facebook people don't like to leave the platform or even look at YouTube video links you share there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Cynthia says, I love that, Malik. Erica Kane says, push YouTube short. Sometimes attention spans are short. And that's what I do, Erica, sometimes, but I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not consistent with it. My son was telling me that he said, you need to do it. And I was doing it for a while, but man, I can't even tell you last time I posted a short. Malik says, I just go down to TL and hit like for nothing just because even if I don't watch it at all. Same with stories. I watch all the stories and hit the love. And see, and I do that too, Malik. But see,
Exactly.
the thing with when you do that on what's that platform? TikTok.
Instagram?
They
TikTok?
said that when you do that on TikTok, like if you go, because I used to do that a lot of time on TikTok, but they said like if you're on TikTok and you like a video and you don't watch the video in its entirety, that's how a lot of people become shadow banned. You have to actually watch the full video on TikTok. And I
Well,
don't know why they do that on TikTok, but
well, to me, it makes sense. I
to watch
mean,
the whole
why are
video.
you liking something that you didn't watch?
Because they're shadow banned. I'm like, wow. Because
Yeah,
I was doing it bad.
but
I'll
let me
go
say
through
this.
people's stuff and I just was liking videos. Because I know that their content is good and it's positive and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm guilty of that.
Well,
I'll go
TikTok is
through.
only like 60 seconds, at the most might be 3 to 10 minutes. There's no reason not to even watch that.
One time I don't watch it all. I don't.
Then that's not a sincere like.
I watch about 30 seconds at least.
Your attention span has to be longer than that. And as a content creator, I'm shocked.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm
Mhm,
doing better.
mhm. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Kimberly says, I'm learning some stuff here about social media engagement. Just speaks to how a little support goes a long way. Absolutely, it does. It really
Mhm.
does.
We got KJ in the building. She said, happy birthday, Tori. Virgo
Thank
gang.
you, KJ. Matter of fact, yours is coming up on the 15th, right? Is it the 15th, Tanya?
You telling all that girl business. She might not
Oh,
want people to know. I'm just kidding.
happy early birthday,
And
KJ.
is. And is. Her birthday's coming up this weekend. Mhm.
Yes, that's what's up. Erica says Facebook does geolocation a lot. It also will react based on what you like. All of our readers will look different. I've even noticed if I'm on the phone with a certain friend, we begin seeing the same posts. They're tricky. And you
Mhm.
know what's weird about that? When she talk about when you on, I notice too, if I'm on my phone, say I'm looking at something on Amazon or Smart Talk, I start seeing ads from Facebook from those companies. I'm like, that's weird to me. I feel like I'm being seen or I'm being watched or my phone is hacked because I'm like, where these ads coming from?
Geo tracking. That
I don't,
geolocation tracking.
I don't like that. I don't like that. And KJ says TikTok reels and shorts have definitely changed people's attention span. Right.
And have. But Tori up here says she can't even watch a whole TikTok. Where her attention span went. That don't make no
And
sense.
Malik says TikTok is about real views. That's right. And see, once people and Malik says it's already short, why not?
Thank you,
And see,
Malik.
once people started talking about they do videos about the shadow band, and I don't do it. I don't do it as much as I used to. Now I take the time and watch the video. But yeah, I used to, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I was bad about that. I'll go through, I don't know, just something else. You know how sometimes you can accidentally scroll up and what you scroll up to is more interesting and you lose your attention span for the previous video. I do
No,
that sometimes. I accidentally slip up and scroll. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
no, I do not. It's a minute. No, I do not. We do not share that. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't know how it's like we just spiraled into this little content creation thing and I want us to get back to what our topic is because it is about more than that, because
Yeah.
we've got people who are listening here who are not content creators.
Mhm.
And the whole idea of this is who's got your back? The power of collaboration. That's what we want to know because it's very important to know that you have a support system. And to be honest, your support system, it doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be complicated. Like we were talking about some of those things here. So you guys found out some easy ways that are free that you can help content creators, but just on a whole, your support system doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be complicated. I feel like I am a perfect example of that as a small content creator who happens to be monetized. I don't have a whole lot of
Right.
numbers, but I'm here, I'm engaging, and my people engage with me. And so that is important. So I want you guys to know that you can do this. But in the real world, it can be as simple as having a few close friends or family members who you can rely on. So it's important to cultivate relationships with people who uplift and who encourage you and who are willing to offer the same support and you return that support. I asked you guys what your support systems look like. And I know a lot of you will probably say like family and friends, your loved ones, people who provide emotional support, people who offer a listening ear, people going to help you solve a problem. But they also can come into they might look like mental health professionals, therapists, counselors, people who are trained to help us navigate through um, difficult emotional situations and help us develop certain coping strategies, support
Right.
groups. And Tori,
Right.
you can speak on this, religious and spiritual leaders.
Mm. I
I mean,
can.
I'm just saying, we've got these people who sometimes that is support for people. They find comfort in their faith, in their religion, and sometimes, we've got
Yeah,
spiritual leaders who offer guidance.
sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes support is there, and sometimes even in that arena there is no support.
It is. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying, but a lot of the times we find support in communities of like-minded individuals. So sometimes people find that within their faith-based community.
Yeah. And see, that's why on most of my that's why most of my platforms like Facebook, I get like they said, like I saw somebody said in the comments, whatever you watch the most, that's what comes up in your feed.
Mhm.
So when I'm on TikTok, like a lot of people like you might be on TikTok, but most of the stuff, because I watch a lot of faith-based stuff, that's what normally typically, now every once in a while I'm gonna get a ratchet video to come up, but for the most part, I don't see all that other stuff that people see. I see a lot of faith-based stuff because
Right.
that's mostly what I watch. And even with Facebook, it's the same way. And even if I come across something, I know how to unfollow stuff. I know how to delete stuff, but I just keep it in the faith-based arena. So yeah, you're right. But
Mhm.
sometimes it can be can be one-sided even when it comes to that sometimes. Like, I guess with anything though. Jamesa says, I guess I'm just old school. I don't have TikTok or X. Wait a minute. X is the what
Twitter.
Twitter changed. Okay. Or watch YouTube unless I'm fixing something. I just have Instagram and Facebook. I know the algorithm are real, so I prefer listening to who I know is real to me. I'm just saying. That's right. Absolutely. I have Twitter, but I don't be on it like that. And Kimberly says, at Kalia and Tori, I have the shortest attention span, so I feel the struggle, sis. I'm just saying. Kalia says the struggle is real. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Y'all got problems. Y'all got problems.
Jamesa says support comes from within first. Then you build a village of positivity and like-minded people. Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. Erica says, exactly. My circle is definitely small.
Yeah. How you doing,
Mhm.
Erica? Glad to have you in the building with us here this
Yeah.
afternoon.
Absolutely. Malik says you have to collaborate to increase your revenue. As a photographer, I have collaborated with MUAs, photographer, for video. That's why I need to wear my glasses. Videographers, and models.
Mhm.
And I think collaboration is very, very important. And the reason why it's so important, because when you collaborate, there's people that may be in Malik network, your network, and our network of people will, you know what I'm saying? We cross network, and like some people that may not have known about Malik may not have known about you, Tanya. They see your, me sharing your stuff, and I said, oh, because I have people now like I'm telling you, they be like, Tori, Tanya's so cool. She's so laid back. I like her. But they saw your stuff on my page. So now they follow you. So yeah, that collaboration is important. It's key.
And likewise. And I like working. Me as a content creator, videographer, I've been doing this for so many years now. But I just have a circle of friends who, just like Malik, who are makeup artists and videographers, models. You need all of those people. I like working on projects with them. So even though there's things that I can do that I could probably do myself, I still will work with a photographer like Malik. I'd be like, "Hey, man, I got
Right.
this idea. Let's bang this out." And we've done stuff together, and we'll be
Right.
doing stuff again in the future. And that's not just with him. I mean, there's a host of people like Cash, William Stooks, Robin Roundtree, Walter the artist, Jennifer Holloway, just people out there who you see who are investing in their craft. They're continuing to grow. I love their work. I like seeing what they do. Makeup artists like Victoria Norman, Leah Brody. All of those people are important, down to your stylists like Whitney Victoria. These people out here doing their things, other content creators like CC Mullins, keeping up with CC. You gotta do it. And why
Mhm.
wouldn't you? Because you form that bond, you form that circle, and like you just said, the word gets around. You see me on their page, you see them on my page. I'm like, let me look at this. Well, if I like Tanya and Tanya likes Malik, let me see what Malik got going on, because he ain't
Right.
liking no crazy stuff, you know?
Right. Right. Absolutely. And Kimberly says, very true, Malik. That's true. I love doing collaborations. Malik says I find support from many of the people I collaborate with on a business level. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what
Mhm.
let's get this bag.
Exactly.
Erica Kane says I met Tanya when I was doing spoken word poetry at Dolce Vita, and now I follow her. That's what's up. I love it.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, speaking of Dolce Vita, is that still around or is it closed or because
Uh,
I remember it from back in the day. I remember that
they
from.
transitioned to something else. The space is there. I think it is Lula's coffee shop now.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I was wondering about okay, cool. But yeah, I remember that spot. And Genesis says support for fellow creators business all is a spread out. I've mentioned before, we have no fellowship organization of minds to build a coalition that supports the community and business.
I don't know. I mean, I hear what she's saying. And that's why we're doing this today because we're talking about finding that support system. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that because I happen to there is a network of us. It it may not be as large as it could be, but I think we are responsible for helping it grow and we should do that. And kind of like what we talked about earlier, Tori, you got to ask questions. You got to ask people for help. Let people know how they can help you. Just like Jamesa said right here in the comment today, she said, I had no idea that by liking someone's post or making a comment or sharing, she said, I didn't know that that helped a content creator. Well, yes, it does.
Mhm.
So I think it becomes important for you to share with people how they can help you and let them know how it makes a difference.
Right. Emily says we kind of do, but we need an infrastructure, an actual brick and mortar. That's true.
That would be great. That would
Yeah.
be great, and we kinda got that too. So I feel like, I think we should probably commit ourselves to maybe, kind of setting up where we have a meeting and realize that we have a space, and then from there, we can take it where we wanna take it. Um, I wanna say this too, um, over the weekend, I was watching, Denver, Colorado, the football team, Dion, CU, and I don't know nothing about football, but I know Dion, and I
Mhm.
really, really love this guy. I like what he's doing, so I really am gonna really have a conversation that really has nothing to do with football, but if we look at someone like Dion and what he's doing, I think that shows what teamwork really is because for as great as he is, and he is great, he's been able to put together a team of coaches, a team of players. And when you watch them interact with each other, it is so incredibly amazing. And watching them win and do things that people thought they wouldn't be able to do, just kind of shut people down, has been awesome. Did you catch any of that? You know what's going on with football at all? With Dion?
Mm, just a little bit the highlights of what you guys post on Facebook. I don't follow it like that. I pay attention when you guys post it on Facebook and I look at the reels and shorts, but I don't watch the actual games. No. I'm not gonna
Okay.
even tell that lie.
Well, you don't have to you don't really have to watch it to understand,
Yeah.
the support system that it involves, that it takes, I'm sure you can understand that.
Oh yeah, I
Ano
see it through that's what I'm saying. I don't watch the actual games, but I see it based on the posts that you guys because Dion is doing his thing. And I was laughing at some of the posts because people were making comments saying, you know what, people did not support this team, but now that prime time is there, you get all the support. It's funny. Someone was comical, but yeah, I see how huge the support system is. And
Right.
some people are actually getting jerseys and t-shirts made now because of
Girl,
that. So that's what's
my
up. Yeah.
jersey in the mail. They already let me know that my jersey on the way. Don't know a
That's what
damn thing about football, but I'm getting ready. This is my first jersey, y'all.
for
Mhm.
real.
Girl, I don't know nothing about football. You see this
I know
comment
a
down
little
there.
something about football, but I don't watch like that. What was the comment you put up you I saw I didn't see it. You took it down quickly. Okay, Malik says, imagine a building where you can go and see all of us. The Port House can be the Motown of media and imagery. A person can walk in with nothing and leave with everything. Ooh, I like that.
Well, that's what I was saying, Malik. We do have that space, but it's for us. And I got you. But we gonna do that. We gonna get on in there and talk about some things that we want to do, particularly for the next season that is very quickly approaching us.
And Donald says, that's true. His network is one of the best I've ever seen, from Stephanie A. Smith to Young Jeezy and Wu-Tang.
You meant Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. I like Stephen too, for real.
And Malik says he basically is unapologetically black in their face. They forgot he was prime time. He's never been a low-key dude. Never.
You're right.
Ain't it?
You're right. And in fact, there was a video that you sent me about Prime. I think right now would be a good time to go ahead and play that.
Definitely.
What makes you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I'm pretty sure I get every darn coach I'm playing against, head coaches, and anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be.
Listen.
Mic drop.
Okay. He said what he said.
And did. Malik says, yes.
All right. All right.
And Erica says, I got about 4 jerseys now, but I was really thinking about getting another one just to support.
And that's what we're talking about here today. This is what we're talking about. We are talking about support. Like, who got your back? We're talking about the power of collaboration. Like I said, I know nothing about football. I don't. I mean, but I do recognize greatness. I recognize good. Like, I do know the simple things. Like, I realize when they make a touchdown because I see everybody cheering.
Right.
I don't know the rules. Like, all that stuff they're talking about, 1st and 10 or whatever, something down. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. I will say this. Because of the smart way, and this is taking us right back into social media marketing and content creators, because of the brilliant way that his son, Dion Jr., has been doing their social media stuff. I feel like I know all of them. So I'm watching the players and they're collaborating with each other. Like, all of the players have their own little channels, and they're helping each other, and they're telling each other to support each other. It's awesome. I feel like any content creator who is starting out now, you know, if you really want to get some basics on how you can grow, I think looking at Deion Sanders Jr. is really a good guy to watch. And then you just watch how it expand if you have a group of people around you, because now all of the players equally as well are having their channels. So he'll focus and highlight them. And so you'll see one in one video. You see, obviously they're a team. So, you know, you're going to see them in each of their videos. But I love that system that they have. It's just brilliant.
Right. And Miss Erica says his confidence is mind-blowing. I'm going to be like that one day. Not one day. You can be that today, girl. Claim it. And Malik says, I stole that and put my face on it last week.
I gotta go find that because I missed that. I didn't see it.
And Erica says, and did. And Yolanda says support everyone. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this: support good people.
That part.
I'm
Support
gonna
good
say
people.
support good people.
People
That
with integrity.
right.
Yeah.
There's some stuff out here that and this is an opinion, and we're entitled to opinions. And largely, what a lot of this social media content is about opinions, particularly when you're talking about people who have the vlogs and those gossip type things. It's not hard for them to monetize very quickly. It really isn't.
No.
Because people want to hear that gossip. People want to hear those salacious type things. So people automatically, feed into that. It's when you want to have larger conversations that there's a little bit of difficulty in gaining viewership in that. Not for everyone, but it is. But you just got to be consistent. Don't change. Don't change because you want those numbers. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, I'm monetized, but to me, to do that for the pennies you make on the dollar, I just couldn't do that with a good conscience. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna, be monetized and accept this money from this, I want it to be because I feel like I am saying something that makes a difference to people. I
Right.
feel like there's enough of that other stuff out there. If that's what you want, then go over there. I also want people to know that you have to find a way. I'm largely monetized from what I do on these platforms, off of the platform, if that makes sense to you. And by that I mean it serves for me because I get clients that way. So I don't necessarily really have to advertise a lot of the things that I do in the real world. Like I monetize off of it in real life because where I am and in my community, people know who I am. I have a certain credibility. So they will come to me for things. They will come to me for things. They will come to me to do things. So even if I can't directly do it because I have established credibility, I will recommend someone for them to do the work that I may not have the time to do, or that's just not my particular expertise. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to put you onto somebody like a Malik, or I'm going to say, hey, go see Cash. Cash can do that. Call Robin. We've got so many good people here. So based on what the person wants, I know within the network of content creators and around me who I can recommend. So think about that. Think about your business. It doesn't have to be content created. Just replace that with whatever your business is. Whatever your business is, you post that. You be involved in that and be credible. And so you don't have to be monetized on the actual platform. You really want to be monetized in the real world because that's where you make the real money.
Woo. That part. That part. And Malik says he's empowering them and they get checks now. They can get endorsements.
Not Ken. They do. His
Woo.
son's got like about over 3 million in NIL deals.
Wow.
Even Deion Sanders Jr., the guy behind the camera. What's his nickname? Bucky. Even he gets deals. So many people send him stuff. And I got to tell you, I understand why they do it because he has been, and I'm watching him grow as well. We watched him start out with his camera phone, which I tell a lot of you guys, listen, you already got a camera. Make sure you got something, sound good. You want to sound good in people's ear. Your picture quality can be debatable, but you cannot have horrible sound. You can't do that to people's ears. Don't do that. People are not going to stay tuned to you if it doesn't sound good. They'll give you a pass on the video. So you can start out with your camera. And not only that, but a lot of these cameras look freaking good. So get you some good lighting. Focus on sounding good. Get you some lights. Because if you get a light, I promise you, it's going to make whatever camera you're using, including your camera phone, look so much better. So do that. And really whatever it is that you're using, practice that thing, learn your equipment, a whole lot earlier in this podcast, Tori was talking about how she had some problems on a podcast on Sunday. And that happens when you do lives. There's things that are going to happen. It's live. We're on the internet. We have no control over these bandwidths and whatever, whoever you're with, whether it's Spectrum, whoever. Sometimes, it's their fault. You don't know, But if you know your equipment and you know what you're doing, you just, hey, you breeze through that. You go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Well, y'all,
This was good. Ilana said it's 100.
yeah.
Good.
I think it's good. You got to know who is supporting you, and you got to know how to support people. If you're not supporting people, then 9 times out of 10, you're not getting any support. You're not.
Right.
And do that thing that we talked about. Let people know how they can help you. Ask for help. Ask for it, because you're looking at these people and you're thinking they're successful, and success is subjective and it's definitely unique to every individual. So your success is going to have to be defined in your own terms, right?
Right. Yeah.
That can't be based on any external standards or any type of comparisons. But just use the people around you. And by use the people around you, I do not mean abuse the people around you. I mean use them, because I'm here. I'm here for you to use. I want to be used. I have these skills and I have these talents. I want to use them. I want to help people. I do that. So that's where that collaboration piece comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So when you collaborate, that's just going to supercharge your journey. Join somebody, get into a team is going to benefit you. Share your real life stories. Be transparent. I'm not saying you got to get on here and tell your deepest, darkest secrets or anything like that, but I feel like there's some things that you can share that are your real life experiences and stories that can help somebody. It really does make a difference. I mean, you could share a few words. Like, all of my posts aren't videos. All of my posts aren't, I hear the baby, hey baby. All of my posts aren't lives or the podcast. Sometimes I share a word. I share a few words, because sometimes I just want you to focus on just those words, So do that. Share those stories. Give people tips. Support other people. And remember this too. Everything can't necessarily be about you. Yes, it is your page. It is your page. But if you're not giving people something, if you're not giving them something that they can walk away with or something that they can relate to, then they're not going to be coming to your page.
Right.
They're not. So you got to, when you intend to monetize on this thing, you have to be given something. All right. So that's what it's about. Any last things you want to say? Because we got to wrap this thing up. I don't know how this hour has.
It always goes by extremely fast. I just want to say thank everybody that stopped in today. Thank everybody that come in every Tuesday. Miss Yolanda says, I will ask for help. Absolutely. Thank everyone that stops through every Tuesday, that engage with us every Tuesday. I look forward to Tuesdays, and I love the collaboration that Tanya and I have. So those of you out there, make sure you support each other. Make sure it's genuine support, and love one another while you're doing the support. And just like Tanya was saying earlier in the conversation, if there's something that you can't support with, recommend people, because a lot of times people find out about different people services through word of mouth. You'd be surprised with word of mouth. That's what I don't like. And one thing I don't like, I will say this, when you receive a service, and because I actually talked to a business owner about this probably about a month ago. When you receive a service and it's not to your liking, instead of bashing that business, because a lot of times it's a small business that you're bashing, instead of bashing that business on social media, go to that person. Because I was talking to a business owner that happened to, people were on social media just bashing the business. And the business owner was like, all they had to do was just come to me. I would have made it right. they didn't have to do all this bashing me, but I mean, that's just how it is. So just if there's a problem, go to that business owner. A lot of them, they're willing to listen to what you have to say. So let's support people with love and do it with integrity and give genuine support. It's all about love. We love you back, Erica. She says, I love you guys. Love you back, Erica. It's all about genuine love. Peace out, y'all. And we'll be back at it next Tuesday.
All right, girl. All right. It's the Noontime My Time podcast. It's been Talk It Out Tuesday. Talk It Out Tuesday with Tori and MsTonya. All right. Well, I tell you what, guys. You know what we got to do? We've had this conversation. Want you guys to know who your support system is. Build that support system. Teamwork makes the dream work. Collaborate. That's one of the keys to success. So let us go ahead and breathe this thing out so we can get back into our day. We're on this wellness journey, and I'm staying on it. We breathe when we come in. We're going to breathe this thing right on out. And I can't wait until we do it again. And I see you guys next Tuesday, but let's go ahead and do what we got to do. Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. And don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. If nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. Right? Y'all be great out here. That's what we do. One love, y'all.